What's good, y'all? Pencil Pushers is back, episode 24. I'm here with a very good guy. His name is Jay.
I'm decent, but I appreciate it.
All right. Said is in the building, video guy. He's waving, but you can't see him.
He ain't waving.
Yeah, he didn't wave. He didn't wave.
Don't lie to that man.
He didn't wave. For all our new listeners, we are a podcast where we discuss music, news, current events, and anything that's going on in the world, and also our daily lives. And for all the old listeners, you already know what time it is. We're back, episode 24. If this is your first time listening, please like, subscribe on all social media platforms and what are they called? DSPs. So Spotify, YouTube, Apple Music, wherever you get your podcast from, we're on all of them.
We appreciate it.
We do. We appreciate all the support we've gotten so far, and we hope to continue growing, and we hope you continue to stay with us. And on that note, how are you doing today, Jay?
I'm kind of out of it, man. Not out of it, but just it's been a long week. I haven't been on the escapades you've been on, but I've been
on an adventure.
Yeah. Well, maybe that's a better word, adventure. But no, man, I'm good, brother. Another week. Happy to be here. Happy to push forward, man. And tell me about your extravagant trip. So you went to DR?
Yeah, specifically Santo Domingo. I didn't go to like Punta Cana. That's where all the tourists go, where all the resorts are and everything. Mm-hmm. I was mingling with the locals.
With the people.
Yeah. I'm a man of the people.
I rock with that.
It was a good experience. I always like traveling and going out the country and experiencing other cultures. I think it's something a lot more people need to do. It's like, I've never been, it's nothing wrong with going to the touristy areas, of course, but I think you should definitely have both experiences. This was my first time in the DR, so I got the cultural feel first, but I do want to go back, and I actually want to be a tourist next time, so next time I'm going, I'm definitely.
That's what's up, man. So this was your first time traveling in the pandemic era, if you want to call it that?
Yeah, this was my first flight during the pandemic, yeah.
Was it pretty smooth as far as like the...
Man, I didn't get checked by security, like... Security was a breeze, except coming back. Shit.
It was on you.
Coming back. But it wasn't even, you know what? It wasn't because of coronavirus. There was a moment. So when you travel out the country, do you normally fly like Delta or American?
I flew Delta.
You stick to Delta.
When I went to China. Well, when I went to China, we flew Delta to Beijing, and then they had their little local airline that was connected with Delta. But
yeah, I'm never flying with anybody else. I'm never flying with American again. Because so we had a moment where we were walking through the Miami airport. So you know how normally they take your bags and they'll take your bag and put it on the connecting flight to where you're going.
Yeah, like your final destination.
Okay.
Yeah.
Landed in Miami. And apparently people just don't like American anywhere. Because when we got there, we found out we had to recheck our bags. But we had already went through security and customs and immigration. So we had to go back. But in order to go back, I had to fill out a form in order to go back and get the bag. Then they had to rescan my passport, go get my bag. Then we had to go get my bag back to where we scanned my passport. It was like an hour-long process. And then they rescanned my bag, and I brought back bottles of rum, right? Mm-hmm. Sir said, "Oh, I see you brought back 3 bottles of rum." I said, "Yeah." And they said, "What's the little bottle?" And there was like a little bottle in there. I did not remember what it was.
I know.
But I had to really think about it. I'm like, I think it's that lemon juice. But I said Chinola juice because I really didn't remember. And the guy was like, he said, "Oh, so did you bring back any coffee beans? Any little candies?" And I said, "No. Why would I do that?" He said, "Oh, you sure?" I said, "Yeah, I'm pretty sure I didn't bring back any candy." And he said, "All right." and he wanted me to unlock the bag, but I didn't have the key. My girl had the key to her bag because it was in her bag. And he was like, "Oh, so you got to go back and get your girl?" And I said, we got to do this whole process again for her?" He just looked at me. I guess he thought I was in line, and he said, "All right, just take the bag." I'm saying, like, nigga, what are we doing right now?
Yeah, man.
It was crazy, man.
But you did enjoy your trip overall?
Yeah, it was nice, man. I met a lot of cool people. I met a lot of good people out there who, if I go back, I'm definitely going to see them again. The food was great.
Yeah, I think people have not everyone, but I think when you're traveling out of the country, people, I guess, feel a little bit comfortable at hotels as opposed to like somewhere where it's more local because they don't really know people out there, and safety issues and stuff like that. So
which is valid.
It's understandable. So I do get it from that point, but I do wholeheartedly agree that if you are comfortable with doing so, breaking away from the more touristy popular areas and kind of being around the locals. Local folks, it's a different experience. Mm-hmm. From my, I've been to China and Mexico, and in both instances, it was pretty cool. I know one of the things in China, there's not a lot of black people there, obviously, so you draw a lot of stares and a lot of attention. People take pictures, and I know that's uncomfortable for a lot of people. Myself, it didn't really bother me. My brother's been living there for going on 5 years now. He teaches English out there, so he's kind of
he living.
Yeah, he's gotten used to it. He's living. So he's comfortable with it. Now when I went to Mexico, kind of similar thing. People were cool, people were friendly, and but I'm a little bit open. I'm more open minded about traveling. I'm cautious, but I'm not as like super, fearful. And my girl says because I'm black and dangerous, and I'm just like, nah, I'm just.
What?
I'm just telling you what I've been told. I'm just relaying the information. Okay. But she said I look mean. I give a mean demeanor, like unapproachable. Right. But no, man. So it's glad you got to take some time away. And I think people, especially right now, people
need a break.
They've been doing it. People have been, even if they've just been going to beaches, they've been going just locally. Just taking a drive a few hours away. And, I think, people need some sort of a break. And I know, the pandemic is still out here. People are still, exercising caution, but you do need that balance where you separate, and you need that relaxation, where you can just chill and try to enjoy life the best way that you can.
Absolutely.
Obviously things right now are not ideal, but you got to work with what you got.
Yeah, I think that balance is, especially right now, that balance is really important. You gotta have that balance, because if you don't, you gonna drive yourself crazy out here.
Yeah,
but it was good, man. I definitely think we should take a bro trip out there someday.
No doubt.
But
absolutely. That's good, man.
What about you? How was you? I was going the whole week. How was your weekend?
It was good, man. It was, I say that it was mostly, I've been working, man. I've been working a lot, and I do plan on, me and my girl are planning on going to Hawaii at the beginning of January.
Nice.
So right now, I've just really been just focusing on just working, and it sounds like it's a long time away, but
that's not that long.
We're almost in September right now.
Yeah,
so it's
that's
like,
not that long.
It's going to be right around the corner, and of course you got the holidays and things like that. So,
Hawaii is expensive, man. Hope you're ready.
Well, I'm working now, so I can be ready. So, but yeah, man, this week has been, pretty cool. Like I said, just steady working. But yeah, man, it's good, man. So let's go ahead and
let's dive into it.
Dive into this thing. So, for listeners out here, we do primarily discuss music. Starting with music news. There's not a whole lot going on in the news world, but of course, if you're anywhere connected to hip hop, about
social media
in general, we know we have new developments with Tory Lanez and Meg Thee Stallion. So Meg, I want to say Thursday. This is Sunday, by the way, the day we're recording. But last Thursday, she got on her social media, IG Live, I believe, and she did verbally state that Tory did in fact shoot her, which has sparked tons of conversation, tons of folks obviously coming to her defense, a lot of people coming to Tory's defense, a lot of people who were in the wait and see category, and we're gonna kind of just digest this and give our takes on it. With this new information that's come out, where do you stand as far as some of the talk we've talked about previously on the situation? Has anything changed for you, or?
I was in the wait and see category. I really was.
Mm-hmm.
But something about her coming out, it made me believe her. Because when I had to really like sit down and. Well, wait, did you want to say where you stand before I?
No, go ahead, bro.
Okay.
I'll go behind you.
Yeah, because when I really think about it, everybody keeps saying she did it for attention, and she just wanted to call her Snitch 9 and or Meg 9. Have you even seen that?
No, I've heard people calling her a snitch. I haven't heard.
Oh, they didn't call her Meg 9.
Yeah,
but when I really think about it, what attention does she need? She just had a number one single with Beyonce 2 weeks ago, or 3 weeks ago, or whenever it was. You just had another number one single with Cardi. She had who else did she make a song with? It was 3 people, right? Did she make one with Nicki yet? Ashanti?
Was it Shanti? I know she had the Savage remix. I know
Savage,
obviously WAP.
But
I know she's been
either way.
She's been
She's
been
what I'm
working.
saying? It's one of them things where, what attention do you need? You just had a song with arguably you had a song with 2 of the biggest artists in the world.
Mm-hmm.
So, it just didn't make any sense to me. I don't think she would lie about that, but at the same time, details are still unclear. There's still a lot of questions. Don't get me wrong. But I definitely believe her about him shooting her. I hope he really didn't shoot at her while she was running away. That's a really bad look. That's not even just because it's a woman. That's just on anyone. Like you don't shoot at someone when they're running away. You're trying to, or period.
At all.
But to shoot someone while they're trying to avert a threat is just kind of insane. And that speaks to a level of where Tory and his star power, like, he thinks he's above a certain thing. And this is just coming out the reports saying that he treats women like shit on top of that. So, I don't know. Go ahead.
I've been thinking about how to not attack it, but there's been tons of conversation about this, and there's been a lot of the same things that are being said, and I'm just trying to take it in a somewhat different direction. But do you remember, and you've seen it before, where Tory's had these histories of, even as performing, jumping into stages, jumping off stage and going to fight people.
Yeah.
And at a certain point in his career, that was something that was probably seen as like, oh, that's, he's not at a point yet to where that's going to cost him.
Yeah.
And I think to kind of piggyback off my point previously, he's worked himself in a position to where you have something to lose. There's a reason that Jay-Z took them lumps in the elevator. When you have something to lose, sometimes you have to look beyond what's fair and what's unfair and what's necessarily, if you're okay, y'all. Let's say they're in an argument. Mm-hmm. They're in an argument. I don't really, pardon me, audience, but I don't really remember who called the police. Because she mentioned about not wanting to.
Didn't they get pulled over?
They got pulled. Okay,
they got pulled over.
What it
I
was?
think.
Okay, so they were trying to avoid, I guess, the police, which is why I think in her statement she even mentioned she initially didn't say anything, which is a common thing. Honestly, let's be real about that. Like when there's conflict, hell, even in the hood, when there's conflict amongst people, they try not to involve the police.
Right.
If rival gangs are shooting at each other and the police get involved, they're not telling. They're not saying nothing went on. You know what I'm saying? And that's par for the course. So for people to act like Meg saying something that's just so off the wall, like she didn't want to involve police, to me, that's on par with our culture. That's on par with that. Now, Tory, we're in the court of public opinion right now, and in the court of public opinion, silence speaks volumes. If you're innocent, you proclaim your innocence.
Yeah.
You make a statement that says, I will have the opportunity in the court of law to prove my innocence, to prove, you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So until that time, all we have is speculation. All we have is court of public opinion.
Right. And
nothing about this looks good to me in Tory Lanez's eyes. So people are saying, okay, wait to hear his side of the story. Okay, I can get with that. But again, this is a court of public opinion. And the only thing that can incriminate, there's nothing about saying I'm innocent that would taint a case in a court of law.
Nope. People
say it all the time if they didn't do shit. I didn't do it. I didn't do, this is not true. That doesn't taint the case unless it is in fact true.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So for him not to make a statement I believe that's actually what caused her to speak, his publicist.
I was wondering what she was referring to when she said
his publicist was alluding to the notion that he may have been the victim, which is what caused her to, and that's what eventually she was like, look, and again, in my brain, me and you get into it. Okay, I'm not talking, you're not talking. That's the rule of reciprocity. Your people start speaking out in a way that would taint my name. That agreement is off. Now I have to tell my side. And that's how narratives work. If I don't tell my narrative and I can't allow this narrative to be pushed that he's the victim. So in my brain, it just doesn't look good for him. And of course, yes, it goes without saying, if you're a man, especially if you're a man, regarding with conflicts with women, unless your life is in danger, I believe in just in general, if you pull out a gun, you are eliminating a threat.
Absolutely.
The only time I'll pull out a gun is with an intent to shoot, to protect myself.
Yep. You don't pull it out unless you plan on using it.
Exactly.
That's true.
So in that situation, whatever they got into in the vehicle, because ultimately they're the only ones that were in the vehicle. Okay. I'll be talking long, so I'm gonna wrap this up.
Go ahead.
But I just think that as a man, when you work yourself up to a position, building your kingdom, building a life for yourself, building a life for your family, there's a certain way you have to operate, because in a split instant you can lose that. And people want to defend Tory all they want, and it happens all the time. Men work themselves up to a place, and they have to understand you have to move when you ascend to a certain height. You do have to move more diplomatically. You have to move in a certain way. There's a reason LeBron James isn't in mess all the time.
You don't ever hear about LeBron.
The worst you can say about LeBron is some of his political stances, but LeBron's not in mess. Yep. These guys are the people who have a lot to lose are not in mess, because this is what happens from that. So, for me, it's a sad story of, and again, I'm not minimizing Meg's situation in this, because I do honestly believe that, this is my personal opinion, I do believe he shot that girl.
Yeah.
I believe he shot her.
I can't see why she would lie about this.
So I have no problem with her speaking her side and telling her truth. And the amount of people who, and honestly, this is what I think people, and again, this is my opinion, this is what I think ultimately people don't want to come to grips with. It's the fact that they don't care. They need her to be lying, because if they find out that he actually did shoot her, the reality is niggas don't really care. Meg Thee Stallion is not someone who this is how a lot of men think. She does not warrant me not listening to Tory Lanez anymore. I'm not gonna cancel Tory Lanez because of Meg Thee Stallion. I don't know this girl. I don't like this. I don't like her like that.
Yeah.
And that's the truth. The truth is they need for her to be making shit up, because when they come to the reality that he did in fact shoot this girl, then they have to come to grips with the fact that they got to cancel a nigga they like. And niggas don't really want to do that. When you like niggas, it's the difference between Kanye West and Chrisette Michele. Kanye West says Trump's his homeboy. You got to see where he's going with it. Chrisette Michele wants to sing at his inauguration. Get her the fuck out of here. Mm-hmm. That's the difference. When you don't have a Jesus Walks, get you the fuck out of here. When you don't have a Chicks Tape, get you the fuck out of here. That's the truth. So, and I've been thinking about in my brain of how to process this, because that is ultimately where the reality I think people is going to come to a head. Because it's going to come to a head when we find out the information, and if it does in fact play out that he is in fact guilty of this, then it's going to be like, now where you at? Now where you at with it? Are you really going to stand on your principles and your morals?
Yeah.
And this is where we find out about the character of people and what you allow to slide. So that's all I got with that.
You preached.
I just been thinking, man.
You've been thinking about this one
because
I can tell.
Because it's just I have never.
This is a very unique situation, also.
And I've never just. And look, I can. And again, I try to be balanced in the way I think, and I know that can rub a lot of people the wrong way if you don't just 100% co-sign with a person.
Right.
So I do have an understanding for. Let me wait, and let's see what happens.
Right.
But there's never the conversation that says, let me wait and see what happens. But if this is in fact true, and he did in fact do this, then he's out of here. It always is, well, she got to be lying. She got to be lying.
Yeah.
Wait and see, I can get with, she got to be lying. I don't, because you made a decision. Wait and see is saying, I'm going to wait till everything comes out. She's lying. It means you've already processing your brain. You've already made a decision in the other way.
Yeah, and I think that's just a bad way of thinking. But that also comes with, that's just I think that's just our generation in general. We tend to hop on one side of things, especially when you got one person on Twitter who says something, and then you got a bunch of people who don't think for themselves, and then they're just oh well, yeah, she lying. And you don't even know.
But the problem with social media is people's opinions are based on how much they like people.
Yeah.
People like Tory. Most dudes like Tory more than they like Meg Thee Stallion.
Okay. I won't argue that.
You have very few dudes are going to have a balanced take and just look at what's. I'm a person. I try to go with what's right and what's wrong. Mm-hmm. And sometimes that comes with the painful decision of maybe cutting ties with somebody that you are cool with. It happens in our day-to-day lives.
Yeah.
Somebody that you was real cool with did some stupid shit. It's like, damn, that was the homeboy, but I can't rock with that. It hurts to separate from people sometimes when you like them, because it's like, damn, I thought buddy was cool. You feel what I'm saying? And that is, and again, this is just my opinion. You got to stand on what's right, man. And if he did in fact do this, no more of this, tiptoeing around it, man. It's just, in my brain, I just always circle back to the top. The man, Tory, he worked himself into the situation. What I mean by situation is he worked himself into the quarantine radio.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
He worked himself into
he's definitely having the best year of his career.
Yes.
Easily.
So he's worked hard for that. Mm-hmm. And so I guess my perspective on it is just more of when we work hard for things, man, it's a lot of sweat, it's a lot of tears, it's a lot of time that you invest in your life, and you have to do everything in your power to preserve that, which means you have to go into situations using your brain, and you can't get away with letting emotions, because at the end of the day, I think he's already damaged from this, regardless of whatever comes out.
Yeah,
he's already taken a certain.
And I said that to one of my friends. I was like, it could come out that Meg is lying about this whole thing.
He's already.
And it doesn't matter.
And that's the part of life that for men, unfortunately, that's the part of life that isn't fair. So, and again, it hurts. I think it's very tough. His silence, he's essentially leaving people to give their opinions on this thing. And again, there's nothing that's legally
available. Nobody knows anything.
Well, not even that, but there's nothing that's going to damage his legal case by saying I'm innocent.
That's true.
There's nothing that's
not especially at this point.
There's nothing that's going to damage it by saying I'm innocent.
Yeah.
Or these aren't the facts.
Yeah.
Because if these aren't the facts, then say that. If you're Tory, because you got to defend yourself, man.
Yeah, I think it's I've never seen a situation. This is a very, very, very unique situation that we're seeing.
Yeah, I just think it's unfortunate.
It sucks
for both parties, really, and
because I feel like at the end of the day, they're both going to come out with certain labels because of this situation,
right?
No matter how you put it.
And even Meg as the victim in the situation will have to deal with fuckers on the internet talk about snitch this and
that shit is stupid.
You feel what I'm saying?
That shit is stupid. Especially when Meg tried to. I think the worst part is Meg actually tried to save this nigga. That's the crazy part. So Meg, because I remember they were both silent for a long time.
Yeah.
But Tory Lanez put now that when you brought it back up with Tory Lanez, but I did remember that. So shit like that, I don't get it.
Yeah, because to me that's where the agreement was broken. You got your people speaking out, man. Like, what are you doing? Mm-hmm. Like, I'm being to my own detriment. Like,
I'm trying to save you.
Like, I'm trying to look out for you, bro. And you got your people out here trying to speak my narrative or speak ill on what happened to me or paint you in a certain light that just isn't true. So
yeah.
But that's about all I got on it. It's of course I think he has a court case in October or the court or
I think it's
October, I believe.
Yeah.
So
also I think people need to stop trying to compare this to the Chris Brown thing because this isn't remotely close. Like, this isn't close at all.
I just think people need to just look at this. And Chris Brown, what happened with Chris Brown, he suffered. And he paid his price. And that's the
he definitely suffered.
And that's the other thing too, okay? So with Tory Lanez situation, you can't fast forward to the part where maybe people will want to quote unquote forgive him or resume supporting him and listening to his music. At a certain point, I do believe that people are going to look at a situation like this and say, okay, I cancel dude, I cancel buddy. And this is the reality. People are going to go back. People are going to, hell, I think people who are still going to say, I'm not canceling shit.
Yeah. No, you definitely are those people.
You feel what I'm saying? I think it's going to affect him collaborating with artists. Because then artists have to look at their.
It's gonna be a lot of
They have to look.
That's gonna be tough.
They have to look at their, bottom line and say, "Yo, man, this is not a good business decision to."
It's a bad one.
So,
it's a bad one. But then I don't know, man. You definitely have some artists who just don't care. It's a sticky situation all around.
I think to me, it's illuminated. It's illuminated the reality of what people will and won't take seriously or what they will and won't tolerate. Yeah. And like I said, there's going to be people regardless of like there's going to be people that are going to say he shot her. She here. So the fuck what? Chick Take Sips coming out. I'm locked in.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's the reality.
That's the reality.
So that's why I said it's easier for that if she's lying, because if she's telling the truth, then people have to just gotta say, well, I don't really give a shit.
I wonder how far she was when he shot her. That's what that's not a split second decision move. You thought about that.
Yeah.
It's not. I don't know. And I think, and we can hop over this real quick, but I think it is kind of a shame that but just to speak to society, that Meg didn't feel comfortable talking to the police. Because, you say you got a gun in the car. I definitely understood her logic. And it's a scary, that's a scary situation for her.
Well, what she said about, yo, if the police found out we got a gun in the car, they could shoot everybody. They could shoot everybody. Get in here, get shot.
That's what I'm saying. Meg isn't. I know everybody keep calling her a snitch, but people need to understand. I think people aren't thinking about just the entire situation in general. That's a crazy ass situation to be in, even during and after.
I think, like I said, this, she's been. Even, I mean, look at her situation. I mean, look at her, and like I said, we can kind of wrap this up here shortly. But she was just, I'm not gonna say. I mean, she's been doing music for a while, but I think she was just starting to arrive. Like we just said, she's doing songs with Beyonce. She got Beyonce hopping on her song. She got a song with Cardi, or she's hopping on a song with Cardi B.
Yeah,
and she's in these spaces where she was hanging out with Tory and hanging out with the Jenners and stuff like that. And I think this is her real first dive into the pool of like really being around, super famous people.
Yeah.
And I think this is gonna really jade her in terms of just how she interacts with people. And in the industry, you have relationships with people, but you don't really know them. You got people who take pictures together on Instagram, but they're not really. Hey, I fuck with your shit.
You got people who do that every day.
Yeah,
everyday life.
It's like this is the other part of social media too, where it's like, yo, this is a good look. Hey, let's get a picture real quick. You see it all the time. You see celebrities maybe at a basketball game. They probably don't even know each other like that. Like, oh, I recognize you. I recognize you too. Hey, let's get a flick real quick. Yeah. I done seen the shit. Hey, we finna laugh real quick. Get one of us doing the. You feel what I'm saying? To where it kind of manufacture these relationships like they really like they fuck with each other like that. And sometimes you really don't. I don't know how people say they were dating, they weren't dating, and I don't really know how well they knew each other.
Yeah.
I don't know that. I don't know that. I'm gonna say that, and we can wrap it up. But as more information comes out on this situation, we will touch on it.
Absolutely.
So
yep. Anyway, yeah. Prayers to both parties.
Absolutely.
It's still a bad situation, no matter how you put it. So
yeah.
As we find out, y'all. Well, it seems like the whole world's finding out at the same time, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. So let's get into some music. I know you were traveling, so you didn't really
I didn't
get into a lot of stuff. But I will tell you a few of the items that I heard, and we talked off mic, but Vic Mensa put out.
I saw that. Did you listen to it?
I'm gonna tell you, I was expecting some nonsense and some bullshit.
After that punk rock album?
No.
Oh, I was done.
He was no, that I was. So Vic Mensa put out a V tape. I guess this is an EP or whatever have you. And I was listening to it. I was going to listen to it, and I was kind of gritting my teeth. I was like, "Damn, I hope he not
with good reason.
I hope he not finna give us this."
Yeah, with good reason.
And it's pretty good, man. He's back to rapping. He's back to, he spoke a little bit. And again, because we both didn't listen to it, I'm not gonna get too deep on the single by single. But he did talk about one thing he mentioned was. Remember when Triple X died? He did spoke about how he fucked up with that and how.
Oh yeah, it was something with his mom or something.
Yeah, he was like, I spoke about a mother's dead son. And
that shit was messed up.
So
I remember that.
So he did bring that up in a song, and he just had the album is a lot about like what's kind of going on with him in the last few years, and just some self reflection, some things he's done wrong, and some of the songs sounded kind of Drake-ish.
Of course. I mean, of course.
Great value Drake-ish, but I did enjoy it. Nice little listen. Like I said, I don't know if it's an actual album, so I'm not gonna rate it, but decent.
Yeah, wasn't it like 7 tracks or something?
About 7. Yeah, about 7. Okay. So nothing to rate, but if you like rapping Vic Mensa and great value Drake-ish type of shit,
I'm all for great value Drake.
It's not bad. It ain't bad. I also listened to. We did talk about. Oh, you didn't. Did you hear the I think you heard about it. The thrusting song with Sway Lee and
yeah.
Future.
Well, I kept hearing that Sway Lee kind of phoned it in and had some unforgettable vibes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
That's kind of. I just saw it as like, hey, bro, come get on this song with me. And he was like, damn, I don't really want to get on this song, but you know how like you sigh before you introduce the podcast.
Yeah.
That's like kind of how he did before he like laid the verse. He was like, and then he got into his bars, but. And even Future too. Future kind of sounded like he was just like, I'll give him a little something, give him a little.
So the Future go? Did any of them go? Did anybody do good? Like,
it was just.
Was the production good?
It was anything? It was some mid-grade mid.
Okay.
It was all mid.
The whole thing was phoned.
It was all mid. It was all mid.
Who is Internet Money anyway? I know they got an album coming out this week.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not even sure who dude is. I'm like, yo, who is he to have these features on his song? So right. I'm not familiar with him, man. But I also listened to Queen of the South, Mulatto, who's I believe she's Gucci's artist, and I'm
gonna check that while you talk, because I don't want to say she signed to there and it turned out she signed to Interscope.
Oh, well,
go ahead, keep talking.
Mulatto, female rap artist, and Queen of the South was her album release, and 13 songs, safe number. Enough number. I was relieved. I was like, oh, well, at least she didn't give me 20, 21. But it was okay. It was okay. I can definitely hear some of Gucci's influence and some of her flow and how she
RCA.
Okay. So she signed to RCA. It was cool. It was cool. Like she had the song. I did like Pull Up with 21 Savage. She got a song with City Girls that I think it's not personally for me, but I feel like that song would okay. Go.
You need those.
Yeah, I feel a lot of women would rock to that song.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so I did listen to that. Pharrell and Jay-Z dropped Great Value Entrepreneur.
Ultra Black.
So they put out, Pharrell and Jay-Z put out a song with a video called Entrepreneur, and usually Pharrell and Jay, usually it's automatic, man. And I didn't love the song, but I watched it. I watched the video with the song, and I gotta say the video is really inspiring. The video it just has a different groups or different individuals, black entrepreneurs, small town people, and the video kind of highlights what the individuals have done. Just very cool to see, especially now. But the song itself, especially when you had Nas, who gave you he gave you the Black People Anthem of the week. So he already gave you the, you know what I mean?
We'll get to that.
It was cool. I didn't love it.
I listened to 24 with Money Man and Little Baby. You should listen to it.
What you thought about it?
It's dope. But I will say this. You heard Sold Out Dates with Gunna and Little Baby? The song that came out like maybe 3 years ago?
Maybe.
It's like the song that Travis Scott took and he made Yosemite.
Oh.
And then this sounds like Sold Out Dates. It's a lot of songs that sound like Sold Out Dates right now. I'm not gonna lie. But I did like it. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know why I like it so much. This is dope. Oh, and the cover's cold, man. It's called 24.
Mm-hmm.
It got a black mamba, and then it has a black mamba coming out of another mamba, but the mamba's like the color of a basketball. It's.
Oh, by the way, we record on a Sunday. Happy birthday, Kobe Bryant.
Oh yeah,
rest in peace.
Happy birthday. Did you see that Nike ad?
With Kendrick.
Was that him?
Yeah.
The one who said better? Who
Yeah.
was talking about being better? Oh, shit. I don't know. It was Kendrick.
Yes, Kendrick. Yep.
Oh, where they find him at?
They dug him up for Kobe.
Well, he signed to Nike, so it don't matter.
Look,
they can call him whatever they want.
I feel like, hey, bro, we doing something for Kobe. He was like, I'm in it. But yeah, that was him.
When he gonna drop an album?
That's what I was kind of saying. Yo, like, all right,
Kendrick.
Yo, but where the music?
Where's the music?
Where's the music, brother? Nah,
What if Kendrick really just never comes back?
we got to fight him.
Real shit. He might have to fade the whole world at
listen,
that point.
bro, he can't come to Georgia, bro. It's a no.
We'll find him.
Hey,
it's a no fly zone.
Exactly. What the nigga said actually.
It's a no
fly zone in Georgia.
Nah, bro.
Not till you drop some music.
You always.
Exactly.
But yeah, that Nike ad was tough, man.
Yeah,
I
man.
liked it.
It's always hard to watch, man. Even you know, and we'll kind of, as we get into the sports thing, I've been thinking about this Kobe situation. I've been thinking about the impact of Kobe Bryant, and we'll get to that a little bit later in the sports segment.
Okay.
But what was I saying? Oh, so back to 24.
Yeah, it's a dope song, man. I really like it. I think Money Man, he sounds mostly the same on a lot of his songs, but I also, for some reason, just really like his song. You like artists that just sound the same, but you keep listening to them and you don't know why.
Some people have that pocket. I mean, look at Ross. Ross has like a primary flow, but he works it.
And I think the thing but the one thing I will say about Money Man is his lyrics are definitely getting better. So it may be the same flow, it may be the same pocket, but lyric-wise, you can hear the growth and progression behind it. So I think that's why I'm kind of tuned in. But I think this song right here, I think this one's gonna blow. I think this might be his song that like really catapults him. And Lil Baby went off.
Okay.
Lil Baby been killing this.
Yeah, he been rocking this year, man. He been doing his thing.
He been charging $100K for a feature, but I ain't gonna lie, he's been making it worth it. So I can't I can't get mad at him now.
That's the price is the price, man.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Price is the price.
Did I listen to anything else? Nah, well, that's all I can think of right now. If I listen to something else, I'll randomly bring it up.
All right. Well, I know you're gonna double back on this next week, but Nas and Hit Boy dropped King's Disease, and yes, I'm saying Hit Boy. I'm including his name because
he deserves a credit.
Yeah, Nas is Nas. You already Nas. He's a legend. He's solidified, and this is the album. Let me not say this is the album that I thought I was going to get with Kanye, but this is the type of feeling about listening to a Nas project that I thought I was going to get listening to Kanye.
Yeah.
So, King's Disease.
I saw the guest features, man.
Well, that was the thing that was interesting because we look at Nas, and back when he said hip hop is dead, you would have thought that he was talking about young cats like these at a certain point in time.
Yeah.
So it goes to me. It kind of lends to maybe his growth over time and just maybe appreciating these guys and just understanding that when I was at my peak, this is what I was doing. These guys, this is what they're doing, and this is what I always thought has been the issue between older artists and younger artists is that I think if you get together. Younger artists, they'll compromise. They will look to work with. People will love. I don't care what anyone says. I think a younger artist, as long as they feel embraced by a Nas or any of these guys, they would love to work with them.
Yeah.
It's just I think the initial put off is like, yo, y'all coming at us from the jump. We just young boys. We have our own.
Y'all did.
Yeah.
Literally.
So. I think that's what's helped Snoop a lot with his relationship with these younger artists because he's always kind of put his arm around them and always kind of embraced them. But going back to this Nas project, King's Disease, my only gripe with it, man, is 27 Summers should have been way longer than 2 minutes, man.
27 Summers.
When you hear 27 Summers, bro, you're going to be like, why is this shit 2 minutes?
Oh, okay.
Whoa,
it's 1:42?
Why is this, bro? It's always songs like that be like fire and then right when he get to taking off,
I hate that.
Next song.
I hate that.
I was so fucking mad, man.
Hip hop and you stop doing that shit.
And Nas like, come on, bro. You don't do me like this, man.
Was it a banger or was he just spitting?
It was both. was both.
Goddamn.
Man, Hit Boy gave him some heat, man. It was just like it didn't sound dated. It didn't even sound like it didn't even sound like Nas. He sounded comfortable on it. Like it sounded like he's always rapped on beats like this.
Okay.
That's what it sounded like. It's like, damn, like if Nas would have been rapping on shit like this, we maybe would have looked at this in a different light.
Yeah.
So, let me see. Let me go through some of my favorites on here. Honestly, every feature on here. I hate to say this shit, man.
They all smoked it.
Every feature on here is fire, man.
I saw Big Sean. I'm like, oh.
Big Sean and Don Toliver.
I don't know why I get so excited when I see Big Sean's name though. Is it because he just rarely? You don't really. Well, you know he got an album coming, but you don't ever hear from him no more.
I think, but I think for me, I was excited when he got back on social media. Now I put out some music, bro. Like I know you've been going through your journey, with finding yourself and getting your mind right, and I respect all that.
All that shit.
I respect all that.
Yeah.
I mean that don't count, man. He like 5'4" doing pull-ups, man. That ain't even that hard.
You know, I saw. Did you see that? Do you be watching the GQ thing when they be going through like people's workout routines and they fridges? And I saw his shit, and I looked at him. I'm like, all right, nigga.
All right, exactly.
Relax.
Exactly. Easy, buddy. Yeah, man. Like it's, it ain't that hard when your arms are short.
Yeah, that's true.
But shout out to Big Sean. We wait for the album.
Oh no,
Detroit
I love Big Sean.
Yeah, Don Toliver did his thing. I mean, hell, y'all did their thing, man. Full Circle. Full Circle's fucking amazing, man. Full Circle's probably my favorite song on there.
Full Circle.
Basically just.
Is it just him?
No, it's AZ, Foxy Brown, Carmega, people he used to work with a long time ago. Like this was probably the song that I was most excited for when I saw the track list, and yeah, they all got off.
I saw the song with Fabio Foreign and ASAP Ferg. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, that song's good too. That song's
okay. I see where we're going with this.
My only thing, the sequencing. It sounds weird as the last song on the album.
Sound like it should have been like in the middle or something.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like a last song.
Sequencing is very important,
which I don't think makes it bad. It just when all of a sudden I heard the intro again, I was like, wait a minute, what?
That's not an album ender.
Yeah. It just sounded out of place.
It's like when T Grizzly ended his album on that protest song.
Yeah,
yeah.
But he threw that on there like after the fact. But
yeah, but still.
Yeah, but it was just it just sounded like a little bit out of place. But I'm gonna give credit to Hit Boy, man. And we talk about producers. There's producers who, at a certain point in time, producers used to play the background, and it was about letting the artist shine.
Mm-hmm.
And now I think you have producers who maybe unintentionally they outshine their artists on their songs. Like they'll produce something that's like so fire, and it's like it'll carry the artist.
Well, I feel like when you attach when a producer, you know what I think really started doing it when producers started putting their tags on the songs. Yeah, because it's like, oh, you're working with who? Yeah, you know who I think really revolutionized that, and I think it was Metro Boomin. Because especially after that, not the Metro Boomin one some more, but the one where he said, "If your Metro don't trust you, I'm gonna shoot you." Yeah. I feel like once that happened, it was just one of them things where.
Well, I think it really just caught traction because producers have had tags for.
Yeah, but they were normally like really low key,
or they weren't the person's name. It was like a sound effect. Like if you look at like the Lex Luger, it was like this little and like
and if you knew, you knew.
Yeah, exactly.
It was one of those.
Or producers would do like certain things, like the Neptunes would do like the 4 count, and they had that beats and shit like that. Mm-hmm. But Hit Boy, I mean, he has tags in some of the songs, but the production itself, it wasn't like, I'm working with Nas, I'm get extra with the production, get extra with like the drums and shit like that. Mm-hmm. It wasn't that. It was like, let me, he's like a bridge, I think, that can connect. Because he's in tune with like the sounds and what's good, what sounds good, and even with other artists, like he has a thing where if he does shit with Dom Kennedy, he wouldn't just make shit for Dom Kennedy that he would make for Nas. He would make it sound like to fit.
It was for Nas.
It would cater. It would cater to the artist.
And that's a gift. That's not easy.
And I'm not sure that a lot of producers can do that. I think they just say, "Yo, this is y'all hear what I make, and if y'all fucking with me, this is what y'all can expect to rap on."
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I think with Hit Boy, it's like, no, you a legend. You whoever he decides to work with, you do what you do, and I'm gonna find a way to make what you do illuminate. And I just really, I hate saying album of the year when I just heard it, but I really like the album. I'm not gonna go that far with it, but it's a for Nas fans.
It's a return.
Especially
after Nasir.
Yeah,
he kind of owed it.
Yeah, it's a great rebound album. If there's a ranking for best rebound albums, this would be up there.
I think. I think Hit Boy, because Hit Boy he's only 33. That's the crazy shit.
And he's been, and unbeknownst to a lot of people, he's been doing music for a long time.
Bro, he produced Ham on Watch the Throne.
Yeah, no.
Like Hit Boy, he produced Theraflu.
He did Niggas in Paris.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hit Boy's been killing.
I remember when I used to, a long time ago, when I used to be trying to make beats and shit, he was on MySpace. Him and this other dude, they was a part of this group called Surf Club. And I was just like, yo, this dude, he get with the right people, he gonna
go.
Yeah. So, shout out to Hit Boy. Shout out to Nas.
Absolutely.
Definitely listen to the album. If you listen to nothing else next week, or just listen to it.
Nah, I'm probably gonna listen to it.
So, but yeah, that's, but yeah, man, it's just great to see Nas, and from what I've seen, the reception of this album has been.
Yeah, I haven't heard a single bad thing about this album.
Yeah. Even people that I would assume maybe wouldn't like Nas like that was like, yo, this shit kind of fire. I ain't gonna lie. So it's good to see.
So what, you giving it 10 out of 10? You sound like you're like, you might as well just go do it at this point.
I give it a 10. I give it a 10. I give it a 10. So
we gotta throw these pencils on the table so we can start. 10 out of 10.
Fucking
throw pencils everywhere.
It's just like the fucking LeBron James shit. He's like, nah. Yeah. So, yeah, great project, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out.
I'm
absolutely. You already know if I like it, I'm gonna text you.
Yeah, no doubt.
I be texting you my live reactions all the time.
I know.
You already know.
Yeah. So I guess I don't think I'm listening to anything else.
Yeah, I mean, you already knew my situation. So
yeah. But you said you did watch the let's transition to the DC fandom shit.
Hey, DC coming with it. So
yeah, man,
they not playing.
So DC had a virtual experience, I guess you want to call it that, where they were showcasing some of the new things they got in the Turnpike. You had Gotham Knights. Or what the name of it?
You had two games. You had the Gotham Knights,
and then
you had Suicide Kill the Justice League.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see that trailer?
I saw it.
That shit, man, that's crazy.
Yeah,
I would never thought we were getting a Suicide Squad game. I'm not going.
I mean,
that one caught me off guard.
Yeah, I saw the gameplay from the Gotham Knights. I think they're trying to. This is their version of the Marvel Avengers, the beat 'em up, or like the group co-op shit.
Yeah, but it seems like a more darker take.
It does. I'm just saying this in terms of like the actual gameplay.
Yeah, but it's more focused because you can only do 2 players co-op.
Yeah.
It's not like a four man.
Yeah,
match.
but it looks good, man. It looks really good.
If it keeps the same tone as the Arkham series, and you make that 2-player, and it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure they're gonna bring Batman. They said Batman's dead, but I'm pretty sure.
There's been rumors, or there's been theories that he's not really dead. He's just trying to see how capable they can be when he's not around, type of thing, or just he faked his death to,
just because he's Batman.
Like I need a break.
I can fake my death if I want to.
I'm rich. I need a break.
I'll be all right.
I gotta spend some of this shit, man. But no, man, it looked really good, man. The Gotham Knights game looked really good. I'm not a huge gamer like that, but I feel like I need to.
Bro, I've been telling you hop on for a while.
I know, man. Even if I've
been telling you
get a couple games and just get some game time, but it looks really good. The Suicide Squad, they had the character teaser trailer where they just showed all the characters who are going to be in it.
Yeah, I like that moment where I think this game is going to be good because they had the moment where like Harley forgot the mission. Oh yeah, she was like, "What are we doing here again?" Yeah, what are we? Yeah. I said, "Okay, yeah, we might actually be onto something here."
Yeah, so they showed,
and I like the choice of music that they had for the trailer. Mm-hmm. That was nice.
I think that's important.
Oh man, music is hella important.
Yeah, they showed the Batman trailer with Robert Pattinson.
He about to smoke that shit.
I gotta say, man.
He about to smoke
y'all better stop disrespect. Look, man, Twilight was a long time ago. Let that shit go. He been doing all right since Twilight. He was like 23 years old. He was a fucking kid. Yeah, Twilight's corny, but that was then. That was like 10 years ago.
Shit, that nigga probably became a billionaire off that shit.
He finna be in probably 2 of the dopest movies.
Easily.
Coming out. And
what did you see? The Flash movie? They also announced that Ben Affleck's coming back for the Flash movie.
I did see that.
So it's gonna be Batman versus Batman.
Listen, man.
Bro, it's about to get lit.
All I seen with Robert Pattinson when he beat the shit out of the dude, he said,
"Bruh,
vengeance, nigga." And I was like, "Oh, bro, let's go."
When that shit, he was like, "Who are you?" Or he fucking broke his arm.
Hey,
yo, I said, "What is going on?"
Yo, they used some pretty good sound effects, man. That shit sounded gruesome.
It sounded brutal.
I
rewinded that shit like 3 times.
That shit sounded. That's what I did. I rewinded it back. Like, what the hell? And you know the great thing about YouTube is niggas put timestamps. He was like, "Yo, 136." That's all you need to say.
Bro, cause it was that beat down was so crazy.
It sounded like he hurt that nigga.
And I like that they're taking it to where he's not. It's not Batman Begins, but it is like it's like the. Did you see the Year One Batman movie? That's what it seems like they're going.
But to me, that's always should have been like we get it. His parents got shot. Like we know that already. Like y'all don't have to keep telling us that. Like give us something where, it looks like it's gonna be the Riddler is gonna be the.
I saw Riddler, the Riddler thing.
Yeah,
Catwoman was in the trailer.
Yeah, I saw that. Yep.
And I want to know they didn't confirm the Joker, but would you want the Joker in this one? Because I kind of don't want him in it. I think it'd be better if he like faces someone else.
Well, I always think that too many villains is always gonna be dangerous. Yeah, it's because you have to balance that. I mean, if you look at. Going back to the Dark Knights movies, they had the Joker and Two-Face, and even Two-Face was like kind of after the after the fact. They didn't put them on top of each other. You had Bane and then Talia, which I hated. They should have never made Bane a henchman, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
But they didn't put them on top of each other. They kind of let one flow. But I think I personally don't think the Joker needs to be in this.
I think it'll be a nice. If they like tease them towards the end,
yeah, but you can maybe put a hint or like a little Easter egg if you want to throw in there.
Like if you use the gang people to signify that there's somebody else coming, but he doesn't actually arrive in the movie, that would be like
man. And I think you get too if you get too fixated on like just certain characters. I think the Riddler could be a good villain. I think the Riddler could be a very good.
But it also depends on who they get to play him too.
I think.
Did they announce that? Because I don't think they did.
I have to look it up. Well, y'all Google it because we're not the news. But yeah, so the Riddler is gonna be. He could be good. I hope not like the Jim Carrey Riddler.
Yeah,
but I think they've moved. I think they've learned their lesson from that. They moved away from that type of.
I like how they had like the note. I like the shit with the car crash through, and then the dude he said to the Batman. Man, that shit was hard.
So.
That movie like it's about to be cold.
Yeah, man, and I think people. This is the time where. You got to be careful with just seeing a few set release photos and just making the movie up in your head.
Yeah,
they saw one picture of this nigga next to a car and was like, "Oh no, get him out of here! This can't be like no, like just wait. You ain't seen one trailer. You ain't seen one.
You think that they made? I think they made that little fight part in response to like I guarantee you this movie was about to take one tone, and then they saw like the backlash. I guarantee you they're like, nah, we were really about to fuck y'all up now.
Well, you can have the aggression, and I have no issue with the detective element, if they do focus on that, because that is a essential part of Batman's character.
And it's not explored enough either.
You know what I mean?
In the movies.
So I think you're gonna have action. You can speak to that, but add that other element. Add his skill set, because to me, if you tell me that Batman is just Batman because he can beat the shit out of people, that doesn't tell me nothing. Like he's got to be smarter than people because he's dealing with supervillains. He's dealing with people who are whether it be Bane or even like amongst other supervillains who have super strength, super speed. He has to be able to combat those things in different ways, and his intellect and his detective skills are things that are very much a part of his character base. Yeah. So I think it should be something that I think is a good thing to highlight that and give a different take. Because if you're going to throw us if you're going to throw us Batman movie after Batman movie, or Batman character, then we want to at least see a different Batman. Mm-hmm. You feel what I'm saying?
I agree with that.
I like the suit.
The suit is dope.
I like the suit.
You could tell they wanted it to have more like a flexibility type thing. I liked it.
It doesn't look super goofy.
You know what part I think was like a really big moment was when I never realized this until they showed it in the trailer. Every time Batman takes off his mask, he never had the eye makeup in any of the other movies, and they made sure to highlight that in that. Yeah, at the end of I never peeped that, and I'm like, damn, they never did that before.
So I think certain details like that I think are
it's good signs.
Make a difference. So,
did you see the Wonder Woman?
I did. I saw the Wonder Woman trailer. I don't know how I feel about her swinging from lightning.
That shit was hard.
But lightning's not that slow.
Come on, man. She's Wonder Woman. She's Wonder Woman. She can do whatever.
It's lightning, though. It's not
man, you put too much thought into it. She probably controlled that lightning.
But why?
Bro, that shit was hard.
But why, man?
I thought that was dope.
And this is coming from somebody who liked the first movie up until the very end. So I like Wonder Woman. I like her character. But the actual trailer itself. So that's just a smart part of it. I don't hate the trailer. We get to see the cheetah. I thought
that was cool.
It's a good look. They showed a brief glimpse of it, but I'm intrigued. I am intrigued. So it'll be interesting to see.
They have a lot in explaining how Chris Pine came back to life.
Yeah,
they better have a good one.
My hunch is that usually when people come back to life that people love, it's usually like either not them or they've been like mind controlled or some shit. It's like he's evil. It's gonna be an evil turn at some point. You
think it's gonna be like a Joker twist where they found out the girl wasn't real, even though the whole theater kind of knew it from the jump?
I don't know, but I think it'll be like too good to be true.
Yeah, because when they brought him back, I'm sitting here like, you telling me this nigga came back and he time traveled?
Yeah.
So what's going on right now?
So
or it could be a multiverse thing where I don't know, man.
We'll see. So I thought it was pretty good.
Man, there was so many damn. Did you see the Black Adam trailer?
If you want to call it that, but yeah,
it looked like you ever beat Mortal Kombat?
I know that's what it looks.
That's
like.
Literally what it looked like. I was just saying.
That's why I was like, if you want to call it that, it looks like end credits.
I can't lie, that was kind of a whack ass.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
it was kind of whack.
And just The Rock doing a
voiceover,
narration. Like, come on, man.
And the animations look cool, but I'm like, damn,
that's not how the movie. Yeah, exactly.
They should at least. I think they should have just at least showed him in the suit, something.
All they had to do was just have like a little mystic looking background and just show him. Somebody had a dope picture with like him like sitting on his throne, like around like a bunch of these skulls, and they could have just had him doing that. And I was like, oh shit,
that literally they could have did just
that. Could have been 30-second trailer, and
niggas
would have went crazy. Niggas would have like, so
it would have went wild. I'll put that behind the same narration. That's just true. Man, we be giving these niggas all these ideas. Man,
goddamn. They could have kept that.
What else?
And I like The Rock, but they kept
another one, man. It was too many. Oh, the Suicide Squad trailer.
The character one. That's the one the one I saw. They just like gave a roster of like the characters in the movie.
James Gunn about to kill that shit.
So
Disney messed up. I'm telling you, man. Disney messed up. James Gunn is about to smoke that. You could tell they really just said, now, take all these characters.
Do you think now, of course, we still had to wait for the Marvel phase for those movies to drop. Do you think DC can finally turn the corner?
Yeah. If all these movies come out, I think Marvel is definitely about to have some competition. Marvel had to look at that Batman trailer and be like, "Oh shit, it's getting real."
Because if the what's the movie coming out? The Celestials, the Elementals. What's the movie coming out? The Eternals.
Eternals.
If that shit is a dud,
Oh man,
you better not drop the ball with that.
It's one of the things, man. Because people thought Suicide, because when they announced Suicide Squad 2, they thought James Gunn was going to work with the same cast.
Mm-hmm.
They get that nigga Polka Dot Man.
Yeah,
it's about to be a different. It's about to be a different movie, man.
Yeah, so,
but you already know half of them ain't gonna make it. Half of them characters gonna get killed off. You know what I like? I like John Cena's character though. How he?
Oh yeah.
He's like Captain America.
He's kind of like a jackass, like an asshole.
Yeah. He looks like he's supposed to be on The Boys. That's gonna be nice.
Ooh, speaking of which, The Boys coming back out.
Yeah,
I'm excited about that. But he do like a bootleg at Homelander. Fuck him. Nah.
It's gonna be good.
Yeah, man. So in addition to the movie theaters open back up,
bruh. That what's crazy? It's almost like they was waiting on this. They said, "Oh, the movie theaters back up.
Yeah.
We about to lay it on you niggas
Time is now.
Y'all thought y'all was good.
Yeah.
Because it was funny because everybody keeps saying, "Man, I want to stream movies at home." Shit, not after them trailers. I don't watch any movies.
I'm gonna tell you guys
home.
right now. I know we're all trying to be safe in this pandemic, but listen to me and listen to me well. September 3rd.
Oh, it's over. Hey,
masked up. Face shielded up, whatever I need to be.
What I gotta do? I'll be in at the end.
Whatever you hazmat suit up, whatever you need from me.
I'll sit in the corner.
I'll take one for. Hey, exactly. I'll sit on the fucking steps.
Boy, I don't care. I'm gonna be in that theater.
One for tenant, please.
Did you see they showing it in the 70 millimeter?
Whatever the fuck they said.
Man, I said, yo, I'm about to.
They show that bitch in the sky. They got that.
Did you see that part where the fucking the trailer where the building exploded from the bottom? Rewind it. Man, I was like, yo, this is over.
Bruh.
Hey, Chris Nolan, man.
See, and this is like,
y'all better start putting respect on my man.
Listen, man, I'm gonna tell you right now, man.
I love Quentin Tarantino too, but goddamn, y'all better put some respect.
I have been hyped for this movie since I first seen the first trailer, and I almost didn't want to even watch this final trailer because I'm like, yo, I don't want to.
But you still don't even know anything. That's the crazy shit.
I know, but I just didn't want to see the shit. Now that I saw the building like coming together, then blowing back up,
with the plane.
I didn't want to. I did like exactly. It's like,
boy, that plane shit was crazy,
bro. I'm telling you right now, man.
And the Travis Scott single behind it actually
that sounded good, man.
It sounded cinematic as hell.
What does it make of an artist when they? Do you think that's like an ascension? Like when you graduate to a level to where you're like in a movie soundtrack or a movie trailer? Because typically with rappers, you only got like usually hear Kendrick on some shit or Kanye. I did hear 21 Savage on one trailer for a movie.
I heard him on a Mortal Kombat trailer.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah,
the Mortal Kombat trailer. But
he made that song for Mortal Kombat. Actually,
yeah, white folks was like, "Oh, get this off of here."
That shit was.
Why was my? They wanted that. Some white folks was living.
That's what they wanted. No,
yeah, like, what is this gibberish?
Man, that Travis Scott, that sounded great behind that trailer, man.
Yeah,
and you could tell Travis Scott. You know what I like seeing artists excited about what they did because he's been posting about it all.
Because that's what I'm saying. Like to me, it's a certain nod. It was like, yo, we coming. Like, yo, we got. You're doing a fucking. You're on a soundtrack for fucking
Christopher Nolan.
You feel what I'm saying?
You're a hip hop artist at that on a sound like that. I don't think I've ever heard Christopher Nolan pick some shit like that.
That's what I'm saying. So like when I heard that, I was like, yo, I know he got to be hype.
Gotta be.
He got to be hype, and he sounded like it was too. He
was excited.
Yeah, it was way different from hype.
I like to see that.
It was way different from highest in the room. He didn't sound that hype.
Because I don't think being on the movie soundtrack is really that big of a deal right now. Honestly, because so many artists do it, but I've never seen it I've never seen a hip hop artist be on a movie soundtrack to that effect.
Well, yeah, I think I should be specific, like the trailer, the actual trailer, and it's like, yo, this is gonna be in front of a bajillion people. This is probably one of the greatest directors ever.
Yeah.
And I'm a part of this.
It's a big moment for him.
That's what I'm saying.
It really is.
So as a person, he's an artist. Christopher Nolan is an artist. He's a director, but he's an artist. So it's like that connection to me. It's it certainly amplified the trailer for me.
Yeah.
And like I said, I don't know how much more all in I can be.
And you know that shit gonna sound crazy in that theater. That song gonna sound crazy.
So I'm looking. Listen, for those of you who do not want to go to the movies, I completely understand.
I don't.
I understand. Stay home.
Risk it all.
I'll just go by myself, and I'll tell you guys all about it. So
I'm risking it all.
Listen.
I don't care. I'm gonna be in that theater day one.
Listen here, man.
That shit. Man, that movie looks so crazy.
Yeah, man. So, but yeah, I'm excited, man. I'm super excited. And I know Black Widow's coming out in October, but I'm not as excited. Sorry. I do want to see it. No,
I want to see it.
Don't get me wrong. I do want to see it, but we just got to finish talking about Tenet.
Tenet's that's the movie.
We just got to finish talking about Tenet. So it's a tough follow. It's a tough follow, man. I know you've been out and about, so I know you really haven't had a chance to watch anything. I did watch Project Power on Netflix, movie starring Jamie Foxx, JGL, and the young lady. I apologize, don't know her name, but I think that they should have maybe considered doing a series, like a TV series. And maybe Jamie Foxx probably didn't have the time to do that, or JGL, but it just kind of seemed rushed. It just, like, I thought the premise of it was kind of neat. Hey, you have the pill, you get temporary superpowers.
Yeah.
And some of the stuff they really didn't explain that well. Like, because my thing was like, okay, do they get the same power? Do they get something different? Do they get something different every time they take it? Like shit like that, and you got motherfuckers taking like 50 of them. So it's like, all right, so what happens? So and just different shit like that. Oh, spoiler alert! Sorry, spoiler alert. I'll try to keep it non-spoilerish. I just thought it was rushed. They could have fleshed it out better. All in all, it was a decent movie. I mean, right now, if you ask me to watch, if that movie would have come out in the theater, I probably wouldn't have seen it. But the premise of it was good. They could have just gave you a little bit more backstory on some of the characters, especially, Jamie Foxx's character. It was just a lot of the stuff was just very brief. Mm-hmm. They gave you just enough to be like, damn, they could have had something with that.
Yeah.
Even like the ultimate, like the quote unquote the antagonist. By the time you get to like the quote unquote the actual person pulling the string, it's just like, who is this? I don't even know this person. Like so it was just 6 out of 10 for me.
There you have it, folks.
All right, so
I already told you Projecto Power. I couldn't watch it.
Yeah,
I'm probably gonna give it a try.
I know.
I'm not, but
I know Netflix has you with them subtitles. You'd have been like, oh.
I wouldn't have watched. Oh, I had to focus on subtitles the whole time. I already watching one show like that, which is Dark. We both watching Dark. So.
Oh yeah, we're gonna start season 2 tonight.
I'm on season 3. Like I'm pretty sure I'm on like the last 3 episodes.
And there's a show called 3% that we've been watching. They just released new episodes for season 4. And it's a Brazilian show. They have English dubs over it, and it's a pretty good show. We've been watching it, obviously, and the boys are coming out soon. So I mean, there's shit that's coming.
Oh yeah, it's a lot.
And it's a lot of TV, man.
A lot of TV, a lot of movies. It's a great time for entertainment right now.
Well, kind of. It's a little. Do you want to dabble into the sports stuff?
Oh yeah, we can do that
because it is kind of interesting. We're excited about all these movies and these shows, and for a long time we were waiting for sports, and come across the NBA, and we're hearing that their ratings are down. Like they're getting beat by like golf shit. They're getting beat by like Tucker Carlson.
I'll be damned if I get beat by golf.
Like, not even like Tiger Woods, like some other
no name.
Yeah. So some other joker, and it's just like, and I think I wanted to kind of delve into that a little bit because I know people Just kind of give us I think sports gives us, not sports, but I think these types of things kind of give us a view of a certain population of the country. Okay, so of course the NBA, they have been very much adamant about, even in the midst of the playing the games and being in the bubble, we're still going to be making sure our platform is utilized for social justice, still bringing attention to trying to arrest the officers responsible for killing Breonna Taylor, so on and so forth. Okay, you have the players, they have their Black Lives Matter shirts, you have Black Lives Matter on the court, you have the jerseys, certain phrases on the back, how many more, equality, peace, so on and so forth. And I guess my question to you, well, firstly, my question to you is going back to when we got the schedule for the seeding games, and this was the first time that we were going to have like some actual sports in damn near 3 months.
Yeah.
How excited were you
when they
announced the games and you knew that there was basketball that was going to be coming?
I was excited and skeptical, but I think that's kind of where everybody was, because you're just like, well, how are you going to pull this off?
Mm-hmm.
You know,
right?
And I don't think the execution was that bad, to be honest with you. I think the games are still entertaining, but I think now it draws more attention to people actually playing the sport versus, because when you see fans in the stands, you watch it on TV, but it adds a different aura to watching it. But now it's like you look at it and you just see basketball players watching other basketball players. 'Cause I used to play AAU basketball, so I know what that's like. And you're only there for the sport. You're only there for the sport. So I feel like if you're not a basketball fan for real, it's it's, I don't know, it's weird. But yeah, I was excited and skeptical. What about you?
Well, I was as well. I was excited to see that they were going to be resuming the season. And I guess what I'm trying to do is trying to pivot back to some of the reasons why the ratings may be what they are. Basketball is, if we're looking at the hierarchy of sports, you have, in my brain, you have football, then you have basketball, at least in American sports, in terms of like popularity and, what garnishes. So I thought people would be, selling their firstborn to watch some basketball now.
That's how people made it seem.
You know what I mean? And so for me, it was a little surprising to hear that the ratings were not only low, but like almost all-time lows. And I have to say, man, I from my personal experience watching the games, it's a little different, man. It's all good. It's a little different, man. And the games are good. The games are, for the most part, entertaining. But what I think you do miss as a fan is when Devin Booker hits a game winner over Kawhi and the crowd either goes crazy or gets super dejected.
The most iconic moments in sports happen be like 50% was the play and 50% was the fans.
Like, you look at game one of the Jazz and the Nuggets, Donovan goes for 57. Jamal Murray balling out of his mind.
Right.
And that would be a situation where that crowd is probably going nuts. And it's just different. It just felt different. It just felt almost empty. And the more I watched the season, I'm gonna be honest, man, like, it just doesn't feel the same. And I do think that is another piece of it, at least in my brain. Also, we're coming on in September. Normally, an NBA team would have already won a championship by now. and we be talking about football preseason at this point. So I think even that element of it is like, yo, this is a season, but it doesn't feel like a real season. It doesn't feel like a real, because the NBA they're doing the best. Like, we're trying to salvage something. We're in unideal times, so we're trying to do something. And this was something that I would have thought people who got the pandemic, you got all this shit going on with protesting, everything that's going on in the world, and sports is usually like the unifier, the thing that actually kind of helps relieve people's just for those 2 hours. Not obviously for they still got to go back to the real world and deal with the shit they're dealing with, but for those 2 to 3 hours, you can check out, you can watch those games, and you can get a sense of enjoyment. And for people to apparently not want to engage in that, it's a little bit maybe confusing. How much of that do you think is because of the protesting?
A lot. I think people are starting. People take stands in different ways, So if you don't agree, because there are people who literally complain about. There are people who complain about seeing Black Lives Matter all over the court, and then you got people who get tired of seeing, say their names on the back of people's jerseys, and I mean, while I do understand that it can be a bit distracting, I don't think it really takes away from anything, if that makes sense. Because it's like anything, everything becomes normalized, Even if they only do it for, and I mean, I don't know if they're going to do this next season. I don't know nobody knows, because nobody knows how the world is going to be. But it's one of those situations where, it definitely shows that, Fox News viewers watch the NBA. You know what I'm saying? People who watch Tucker Carlson, probably their favorite team is probably playing. They're just like, well, I don't want to see Black Lives Matter all over the place. And then you got some people who don't watch Fox News. You got some people like us who we support Black Lives Matter, and you got people like that who still just like, I don't want to be reminded of that when I watch sports. So, and I feel like that's what we're kind of seeing right now is, I think the protests, politics, all that are playing a very big role in this. And also the lack of fans. The lack of fans is a big thing, but that doesn't explain a all-time low rating, though. We're living in a very divisive time right now, and I think it's showing in all levels of life.
Yeah, I just I think it's interesting, man. I really think that I'm trying to figure out how to say this. So the players have made a stand, and I support freedom of speech. Mm-hmm. I support players' right to speak on things, and I support anyone using their platform. What I will say is, do you think that continuing to play basketball, deciding to continue a season while still utilizing their freedom of speech, do you think that they may have been better served by focusing their efforts towards simply protesting? Because the reason I asked that is because you remember Kyrie Irving, and everyone has their opinion on what they feel his true reasoning may not have been, but he has suggested that restarting the season would essentially serve as a distraction, and fast forwarded to going into September, do you feel that the NBA has made headway in their efforts to use their platform by playing basketball and still deliver that message? Do you feel like they've it's been effective.
I mean, yeah, I think, yeah, the NBA has always been on the progressive side of things. Like, they've always been that league who stands with the people. You know, they're not. They understand, which I feel like. NBA is definitely. You could tell they're taking it seriously because the fact that they got Black Lives Matter on the court, like on every court, every game, that could have easily been a week 1 thing.
Mm-hmm.
They could have just did it week 1 and left it at that. But they're continuing to do it. They're continuing to let players put whatever they want on the back of their jerseys. Well, I mean, not whatever, but you know what I'm saying. No, I think
Approved.
Yeah, approved.
NBA approved messages.
Now, I don't agree with that part. I mean, of course, you don't want profanity on the back.
No, I get it.
I get that
yeah,
part. But I don't think they should have a right to approve unless it's just something like obscene or something like that, like kill white people.
I agree. Yeah, they should be like a reasonable.
Yeah, the players there shouldn't be like a set list of names. I don't agree with that part.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the NBA has definitely shown support, and it's definitely, they've done they're doing their part. So I respect it. I respect what Adam Silver's doing, and what I'm curious is if other leagues are going to follow suit. That's going to be because I guarantee you the NFL is probably going to do it for like 2 weeks.
I think the NBA's efforts. I guess what I'm saying is the reception of America. I think it just highlights to me what it has done. It has illuminated a certain mindset of people who don't want politics in sports, who don't want anything. So I guess in my brain, and I'm all for players using their platform. I'm just a little bit concerned that maybe the message is just going to the choir. Like it's not really changing or not really opening the eyes of anyone who isn't already on board. Okay. And I'm not. And this isn't me knocking the NBA for doing it. I'm just saying like the response to it. People's response, the response to an organization protesting for social justice in different arenas is for them to ignore it. So I guess I'm more so talking about the response as opposed to the utilization of the platform. So I think that's what I'm saying. So I'm just for me. And this is just me. And again, this isn't a knock to the organization. This is a knock to any of the players. Because like when you're trying to relay a message, you have to sometimes you have to sit amongst people who disagree and sit amongst people who, whether I don't want to say your enemies, but people who may not necessarily like what you stand for. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if their message is reaching those people because those people are just essentially turning the channel.
Yeah, but if that's what you're worried about, then you just shouldn't do it. That's just how I view it. Like, I don't expect people who believe the opposition to that. If you're worried about, I understand you want your message to be heard, but you can't be mad when the people who stand opposite of you stop tuning in. And I feel like it'd be a worse look. Let's say the NBA was just like, oh man, our TV ratings are low, so let's just cut the whole damn thing. Or let's take it. Let's take out Black Lives Matter and see what happens. I feel like that's a worse look.
Well, I agree, and I think what I may be alluding to is, do we know how progressive these owners actually are? Do we know what would happen if they continue to? Because again, the players may feel a certain way, but if
the beauty of the NBA, the one thing I like is that they don't put emphasis on owners. They're not like the NFL.
That's true.
NFL puts a lot of emphasis on owners.
This is true.
NBA, you don't hear about it. Only owner we really ever heard about, honestly, was Donald Sterling. and that's because he did shit for us to see him. But it's not like the NFL where Jerry Jones is in the fucking players' huddles.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not the same.
Yeah.
So when you hear about the NBA, you hear about Adam Silver before you hear about anybody. Or you hear about LeBron, you hear about the players. So to be honest, if the owner don't stand with it, I don't think it really matters because you're not going to hear about it anyway, unless you're Donald Sterling, of course. But
yeah, that's a good point. I guess I was just like I said.
I get what you're saying.
I know we're I'm just looking at it and just trying to make sense of it. And again, this isn't. It's not really a knock on anybody. It's just I guess just where my brain was going, just thinking about it. And like I said, if they continue to do it, they should. If that's how they continue, if that's how they feel, they should continue to do it.
No, they absolutely. You gotta see.
You gotta see it through. Like you do.
If you would have just did a week 1,
yeah,
fine. But you win the playoffs doing this. You can't stop it.
You gotta see it through.
And I'm not saying they gotta do it next season, but this season they gotta see it through.
Yeah. So.
But that's just where I'm at with that.
No, I got you. Let's see. What did we have last week? How do you make an excuse for not wanting to?
Oh, I forgot that. Yeah.
We could
get out of situations.
That's gonna be harder now because niggas at home. It's like
not to go anywhere. I think it's easier than ever now.
Oh, you like hey man, pandemic man, it's
it's easier than ever at this point.
Well, it's easier too because people don't even want to go nowhere now. So now it's be like you ain't nobody nowhere no way because nobody wants to go anywhere. What's the worst excuse you've used to like get out of like a get together, outing, or whatever?
I had a family emergency.
Are you low down enough to use the death of a relative? Are you that low down?
It's crossed my mind.
You considered it?
Yeah, I considered it.
Oh, brother,
it's crossed.
You low down, nah.
What is the worst excuse I've used? Oh man, I don't even know. I've used some pretty bad ones.
I've used car accident,
but I stopped. Now I just straight up tell people.
Yeah.
No.
I've used car accident. I usually use car shit.
You know what? I used to gym. I used to use the gym a lot. I'd be like, I didn't work out today, even though I might have worked out like 8 hours ago.
You know what I hate? I hate them friendly ass people. Hey, bro, my car won't start. Oh, they don't worry about that, man. I'll come scoop you up. Like, oh fuck. Bro, I gotta get it towed, man. Oh, don't worry about it, man. I got AAA, man. I get you. I'll drop you, man. I'll take you back. I'll pick you up. I'll take you back. Damn, friendly ass nigga. Just no.
I use the gym. That's the one beauty about being a gym guy is that you could always, because when you're a gym guy, it's kind of known. Mm-hmm. So you could always be like, oh, I got to go work out. And then you can't argue with the lifestyle. What you going to say?
Yeah.
So that's I don't know. Excuse me. I don't know. It's a lot of different excuses, but I think Corona now is like the perfect excuse. Mm. You can say that way anything at this point.
Yeah, until, yo, man, you got a vaccine, man. We'll take you to CVS and get you shot.
Yo, they make the vaccine. That's gonna be crazy.
Are you taking that fine? If they mandate the vaccine, you gonna take the fine?
I don't know. That's gonna be a test of society right there, boy. I think that's kind of crazy.
If they mandate vaccines, bro, that should be unreal.
That'll show you where we were going for real. That's going to show you.
That's when you're going to find out.
Yeah, you're going to find out what's really going on in the world at that point. Mm. So, what about you? You taking the fine?
Yeah, they're going to define me.
Every time?
They're going to define me, Doc. Listen, man, you can't mandate shit like that, bro. You can't.
I ain't going to lie. We do that. I'm definitely moving out the country at that point.
It's just certain. I'm
definitely out.
Certain things, man, you can't force something to be put in somebody's body. It just
it's really messed up.
So
I don't think they're gonna do it, but they do.
I don't either. I'm just talking shit.
They do though. That's gonna be interesting. Oh damn.
What's one card game that you could find yourself getting into a fight over?
Uno.
Oh yes, right. You beat your brothers. You beat your brothers up.
Uno. Easily. I don't even have to think about it. I know most people say spades, but Uno.
Well, spades is interesting because spades, you could fight. your partner or the people you playing against.
Yep.
You can fight either one.
Everybody
Or
can
both
get
of them.
hands. Everybody can get hands with
Hey,
spades.
your partner one of y'all start bidding crazy.
But Uno,
Bro, you said you had 3.
but Uno give you a different feeling when you thought you was fucking with somebody, then they hit you with the +4, +4, and then they low key peeked at your hand and know you ain't got no red, so they make the color red.
I hate when they hit you with like some unknown rule, some bullshit that they made up.
Yeah,
Hey, no, man, you can stack that shit, but nothing. What?
stacking is not a thing.
Then when they get back, but until they get back around to them, come on, man, you can't stack, man. That's a book. Like,
Yeah,
no, okay,
I
yeah, okay,
hate that.
yeah, okay.
That's the one game. Uno is the one game where people will literally freestyle all the rules at the moment.
That's why, like, I gotta know, like, yo, man, when this come out, what we doing? When this come out, when that draw 2 come out, what we doing?
Uno is a test of friendship.
Yeah, because I got to know. I got to know the
That show me your whole mindset right there.
yeah.
If we play rock paper scissors and I watch you move your hand late, I know you're gonna make some bullshit at Uno.
Exactly. Try to slow your shit down. Like, no, dog.
Don't slow down.
No. Yeah.
So I don't know. Those games reveal a lot about character.
I hate them dudes I hate like rock paper scissors. We talking about bullshit right now, but when you play rock paper scissors and they be switching up between like 1, 2, 3 or 1, 2, 3 shoot. It's like, yo, make your mind up, nigga. We
I've made some very important life decisions off of rock paper scissors. Have you?
I flipped the coin.
You flipped the coin? I made some very important life decisions off of that.
Look at human beings. Like, yo, man.
It comes down to a rock paper scissors game.
Hey, should I get chemo or not get chemo? Hold on. Should I get surgery?
That's a wild ass story.
Should I get surgery or not get surgery? Like,
risk it all of that.
Hey, man, it's in God's hands, man.
That's crazy.
That's what what's that movie? No Country for Old Men. Where he's gonna kill that dude in the gas station. You ever play the game yet?
Boy, I remember that scene.
You don't kill me over no coin flip, my G. We got this.
That's a wild. Bro, I'm gonna lose my life over a coin flip, bro.
We got the box, man.
Please lie at my funeral. Don't say I lost my life over a coin flip.
Bro, that's such a great movie, man. I love that movie. Oh, that's a great movie.
He didn't kill him, right?
Nah, he's like, yeah. He was able to live. Yeah.
That shit was crazy.
Nah, he didn't kill him.
Man, I gotta watch that.
That's what's so crazy about it too. He wasn't even like double or nothing. He was like, oh, you win this round, and he left.
Yeah.
Oh man. That's it.
That's it, man. That's all I got.
We made it.
I didn't think I was gonna make it this episode.
Oh, we made it, man. Got your little hangover. You get to relax the rest of the day.
No, I gotta go to T-Mobile.
Oh yeah. Oh, you did say that.
They close in 30 minutes too.
So, all right, man. Well, let's go ahead and wrap it up for this episode. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, we are grateful for you guys tuning in. Please like and subscribe if you're listening or if you're watching on YouTube or if you're listening on DSPs. Be sure to follow us. We will have our link in the descriptions, whether you're on DSPs or if you're on YouTube. You can follow us on all social media platforms and DSPs. And any final words before we?
The HBO Max app sucks. I tried to use it on a plane, man, and it kept like stopping and starting. I hit download, and then when I tried to, I'm about to go into a rant. Let me stop.
Ladies and gentlemen, do not get HBO Max app. It's a scam.
Yeah, get on your TV. Don't get on your phone. It's a bad decision.
Do not do it.
All right, that's it. I ain't got no words of wisdom.
Nor do I. Y'all be safe. Be good.
Those are words of wisdom.
That's not wisdom. That's just words.
Hey, man, look. That's wisdom to some people.
Hey, stay out the street, man. Bye.
For real. Look both ways.
All right, you guys. Peace.